All right, let's march on, baby. Transfer window's open. We play Chelsea in the league. We also have Isidoro Silva coming back from loan from Al-Shabaab, which is maybe my favorite club name to say. Al-Shabaab. All right. Let's go. What am I doing? Why do I always do that? Just hit up. There we go. Silva listed as exciting. Immediately just going to loan him out again. Until Darwin and Jota are gone. Man, Heath again, though, up to an 83. We got so much talent at striker. It's ridiculous. We'll see if we can, well, we'll keep Ted for the moment. Yeah, pretty much good to go. Like I said, we have this team not quite on rails for the rest of the season, but pretty close. Harvey is not on loan. He is our third choice goalkeeper. There's no point in sending him out on loan. He's not going to get significantly better. But he will always have a job here. 44 points for Chelsea. They are in second place. Gigantic game. Best tips on ways to get youth players. Best ways to get good youth players and develop them using the worst teams with no money or budget. I mean, just, you know, obviously scout. Like, if you go to the bigger, you know, typical, like, nations that you would expect, like Argentina, Brazil, you are, at least in the past, you were a little bit more likely to get better players. Woo! That is a gigantic win. Jorginho, double agent George, misses the penalty. That is our biggest win of the season. Easily. Easily. But yeah, I heard, I mean, if you're playing on a terrible team with no money, get someone in the academy, sign them, play them. Profit. It's pretty much what you're looking for. Explain work rates. Basically, effort levels. Effort levels. So if you look at David Raum here, he has high medium, so he is much more likely offensively to put in a lot of effort, medium effort on defense. Andreas Oliveira, offensively, yeah, he isn't going to do anything for you, really. But defensively, he's going to give it his all. So work rates are kind of just the way to look at things. In this game, you can train up work rates. You can train up skill moves and weak foot. I personally don't like to do it because it's pretty overpowered, admittedly, which is fine. Oh, but like Taro Oliver, for example. Emilio, thank you for the follow. This goalkeeper here, like we could get him 5-star weak foot in 24 months, you know? It's just, and granted, that's because he's in poor form right now. If his form was higher, he'd be even further up. Emilio, I do not speak Spanish. I'm sorry. All right, there we go. FA Cup's finally kicking in. FA Cup's finally kicking in. We're looking good. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling pretty good about this team right now. Yeah, pretty good about it. We'll see if the second team makes me feel pretty bad about it. Bamba's apparently gotten worse because he hasn't been playing. Yikes. Thank you, Reaver. Appreciate you. We take on Wickham. It's our second team, but we should still beat Wickham Wanderers. This shouldn't be a big deal. Okay. A draw is not the end of the world. It'll just get us an extra game. So, more playing time for that second team. Like I said, not the worst case scenario. Might play the first team, though. But they do play West Brom coming up. Better off playing games yourself to get them in better form. You could. You certainly could. It would be less random. All right, the second team, boy. Oh, God, I have to win the FA Cup, though. I mean, I'm going to get in trouble a little bit. I won't get fired if we lose, but boys, come on, you got to win this. It's Wickham. You got to win this. Please. Yes. Oh, Wirtz off the bench. Save the day. 3-2. Let's go. We're moving on to the round of 32. Beautiful. I was honestly quite nervous we were going to lose that. $95,000 for making it to the next round. Sweet, beautiful $95,000. First team's back in against West Brom. What can we do? We can win. Bellingham, Kanate. So none of our attackers scored in that game, but a win is a win. We are cruising. Morale seems to be good with the team. Sharpness isn't that bad. We take on Michael Bolton's Wanderers again. If you get fired, is it over? Do you have a plan? If I get fired, I'm done, yeah. If I get fired, this particular challenge is over. But given where we are right now, I can't imagine getting fired when we didn't. You know, essentially getting held in League One. If we were ever going to get fired, it would have been there. God, Calvin Ramsey is just continuing to complain, even though he has been playing more lately. Bit disappointing. A little bit disappointing. FA Cup. Second team will be in against Carlisle. So, I mean, Wickham and Carlisle, those are two pretty easy draws. Yes. We're moving on. Fabio sealed it. Nice job. Ramses are known to complain a lot. Bunch of Gordons, we call them. Bunch of Gordons. Yeah, if we were to fail at this, I don't know if I'd immediately start a Youth Academy only run, but that would be what's next. Looking like two decent options, but Cristea's being changed over. I mean, we do have that extra year for the sake of keeping an academy player around and playing 10 games, but I'd like to make a dent in it this year. Chelsea are interested in signing Isidoro Silva. Absolutely not. He is not for sale. He's on the loan list, but he is not for sale. International management we don't need to bother with. Create a team is in this game, yes. Yep. All you got to do is literally when you load up this mode, create a team is in. And again, if you go to the rest of the leagues that are out there, here, I'll even show you. Let's make sure to save it up and then back out and auto save and quit. Also in this game this year, so literally when you load up a career, you'll have the option of where you want to play. At the same time, there are teams in here that, I mean, number one, you can move a German club to England if you wanted to. But there's also the rest of world teams. Like Wrexham United, they're in the 5th tier of the English league, so that league isn't in the game, but you could add Wrexham to a league higher than they actually are. A lot of different teams whose leagues aren't in the game that you can put somewhere else. Like we did a Finland Youth Academy and we used Helsinki, put them in England. The big one is AFC Richmond from Ted Lasso is in the game. So you could put them in the Premier League if you wanted to. But it's beautiful. It is. I am about halfway through season 2. And I love this edition, let's be honest. Honestly, I might even end up for an academy run. Maybe we use AFC Richmond to start and try to find replacements. But it's a good time. It's a good time. It's good that Jamie Tard has low defensive work rate as well, let's be honest. Goodness. Main FC in the Bundesliga. You dream it, you can make it a reality in this game. Much like NHL, you can't control 2 teams at once, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? It'd be a lot more difficult in this game. Like, my biggest complaint with this game, not is that you can't control 2 teams at once, it's that you can't rename academy players. Like, being able to rename academy players would take this to a whole different level, but they don't let you do it. I don't know why, but they don't let you do it. You go over to edit players, and you're like, this Oliver guy came out of the academy. Nope, can't rename him. Just won't let you have fun for some reason, you know? Our first team takes on Swindon. Good old Swindon. Should be a win. They got a guy named DePusse in midfield. But joke's on you. We won 3-2. Ratings. DePusse. Got a 6.2. Beautiful. Beautiful. The all-name team for FIFA would be something else. As we get to the end of the transfer window, Cristea goes up by 7 points to a left wing. Crime that it was in 6.9. Damn. You're right. We're currently 4 points up on City with 12 games to go. And there's really nothing else to do. Like, this team is the team for this season. If we get loan offers, cool for some of our younger players, or even a loan offer for like Leo Messi, so that he doesn't end his career on our bench. That would be cool. We at least saved him from the free agent list, but that only did so much. It's like Arsenal and City, though, are looking to bring in reinforcements. I mean, her gameplay has changed a little bit, not a ton. I would say there's been more positive gameplay changes from FIFA 22 to 23 than there is for the NHL counterpart. I mean, shit, even something like the power shot alone. The ability to play the highlights, you know, stuff like that. Hot singles in your area and net, right? The legend known in NCAA revamped as hot singles in your area. But, you know, Buckeye, I feel the same way about the gameplay. And a big part of that is that a lot of sports games nowadays, the speed, like honestly, the speed of the game, they're just too damn fast. It's like they're trying to appeal to fucking 12-year-old fast twitch muscle fiber kids. NHL is the same way. FIFA was the same way. I don't mind slightly slower, more methodical gameplay. I don't. I prefer it, actually. All right, so let's take a look at the reports here. First report back from Colombia, Juan Ayala is just going to miss the cut for the moment. Mateo Aguilar is also going to miss the cut. Not a great start for the Colombians. We go to Scotland with Reese Barr. What bar is Reese Barr? I'm going to hold off for the moment. Oh, baby, Lucas Spence. Look at that potential. Oh, Lucas Spence. Here's the problem. He's only worth $230,000. And he's 15. He's going to have a super low overall, and he's 15 years old, and we can't really sign 15-year-old players. We'd fail the goal this year. So we're going to have to hold off. As tragic as that is, he might end up going elsewhere. Norway. Christian Nilsson. We're also going to hold off. Not the best set of reports. So the goal is to sign 4 academy players this year, 1 from each position. So goalkeeper, defender, midfielder, attacker, like you see in the top left. So if someone's 15... it's you're not allowed to outright sign them until they're 16, unless they change that. But obviously, that goalkeeper right now, like Toma's looking pretty damn good, but we might have to settle for Jimenez out of Argentina for that goaltending option. I mean, a lot of these potentials in general are looking damn good. But all right, those are the first scouting reports from these new locations. We had Diaz in there for short list of January Player of the Month. So we are into February, the best month. Excuse me, the best month. Premier League matchup, Salford City. First team is ready to go. I don't really have a great way to get Isidoro more playing time, or Patino for that matter. It's a shame. All right, 4 points up on City. It's going to be a foot race to the finish. 2-1 win. Darwin and Jota with the goals. It'd be nice to win the Premier League in our first season back, but saying it would be too good to be true, so we get an extra 142,000. That would be a bit of an understatement based off of our luck in the past. But we do have an amazing team. We got a league match coming up, I believe against Tranmere Rovers, a fellow Liverpool-based team. We've won 7 games in a row. Can we make it more? What if there's a Premier League challenge on GeoGuessr? You find it, I'll play it. All right, obviously we're not going to go to Qatar and manage that team. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. It is indeed Tranmere Rovers. We win this game. We have a 9-point lead on Manchester City with 12 games to go. 9-point lead with 12 games to go if we win this. Trent does pick up a red card. Darwin Nunez hat trick. We step over Tranmere Rovers to stay the top team in Liverpool. And we have a 9-point lead on Chelsea and Manchester City for first place. We might actually do this. It's the hope that kills you. But we might actually do this. Arsenal next. I think it was Chelsea after that. Oh, shit, it's City in a cup match. That's even worse. All right, well, the first team will be in against Arsenal with the exception of Trent Alexander-Arnold, in which case Ramsey will be in at right back. And we'll have Beck on the bench. Let's do this. Can we beat Arsenal? Really extend the lead. I've had terrible luck against them and Gabriel Jesus so far. Yes. It's the hope that kills you. 1-0 over Arsenal. I'm hopeful at this stage. Hate having to choose a team to replace when you create a team. That's fair. That's fair. I don't like that aspect either. I wish it could just be added to the league, but the programming for certain amount of teams in each league, you know? So I understand it. You just say that a team went under. Or that you did what RB Leipzig did in real life and just fucking buy a team and say, fuck the rules. You know? Why not? Why not? Oh, we also did find it. Cool. Well, let me get to a natural little stopping point here, and then we'll run that. All right, we get our next. Oh, we got Manager of the Month for last month. We're about to play City in the FA Cup. That's going to be an interesting one. Let's take a look at our scouting reports. Colombia. Joaquin Blanco. The rating's pretty low. He's only worth 190,000. Nobody great in Colombia. It's a shame. Scotland again. Reece Barr is still out there. We're going to sign him. Lucas Spence, only worth 200. Oh, man, he's 6'5". He's 6'5", and he's not a goalkeeper. We're going to sign him. His rating's going to be low, but I'm going to sign him. There's also Rob McNeil, a left back worth 700K. We're going to sign him. Rory MacArthur, we're going to sign him. Hello, Scotland. Angus Jones. Going to hold off on signing him for the moment because his rating is going to be low. Scotland, very, very kind to us all of a sudden. And then the Norwegians, Nilsson's potential is phenomenal. But that rating is going to be a bit low. I'm going to sign him anyway. Christian Christensen's not good enough. And then Jens Nielsen, also hate to say it, not good enough. So, interesting outcomes there. We got one more report from each country. For our goalkeepers, safe to say that both Simon Prieto and Cameron Evans are out. We're looking likely at Jimenez as the goalkeeper. Signing for the season. I mean, yeah, there's pretty much no way Toma can even compete with that. So right now, Jimenez is the guy. He is the guy. Oops. I was going to say, what was that objective? Apparently, my manager rating popularity has dropped down to a 67 for no apparent reason. Also, we actually accomplished that goal. Oh, shit. The goal wasn't to sign 4 players. It was just to sign 1 player of each position within the academy. Which I should have been able to read that properly the first time. But I think you see what you want to see. Which means we're only allowed 1 signing. All right. Well, now we know. Well, now we know. We're only allowed 1 signing this year. Right. That drastically changes what we might do here then. Gonzalo Jimenez is the guy then. Yeah, that drastically changes what we might do here. Huh. So let's see. Reese Barr. High medium at 5'11". Doesn't have the best pace in the world. Doesn't have the best shooting in the world. See if we can turn you into an outright center mid. 13 weeks. We'll see if he makes it there. Lucas Spence, medium-high work rates at 6'5". As a CDM, you're a center back, son. You're a center back. Come on. Quit lying to yourself. Although, to be honest, his shooting isn't terrible. He could be a big-ass target man. He can dribble. Wow, 111 weeks to change him to a center back. Only 4 weeks to turn him into a striker. 47 strength, 47. He can't jump. Dude, he's got like Lionel Messi abilities and Peter Crouch's body. What the hell am I supposed to do with that? What the fuck am I supposed to do with that? Aside from release him, because there's no way we're keeping him. Roy MacArthur, good in the midfield. For the most part, then we're looking okay. We're looking to make him the water boy. That's a tall-ass water boy. That's a tall water boy. FA Cup, round of 16. First team will be in. Because we know City won't take this matchup off either. Spurs got lucky getting Brentford. Salford and Peterborough got lucky because it means one of them won't be bounced by a higher matchup. Of all the teams to get matched up with, it was City. FA Cup hopes on the line. Can we beat them? Darwin Nunez. It looks like it's going to be our year. Don't know if we'll outright win the FA Cup, but we are moving on. Spurs also lost to Brentford. Friggin' Spurs, always choking, every time. It's an extra $200K for advancing in the FA Cup. And we take on Burnley at home. The first team is honestly ready to go again. Let's do it. Burnley at home. They've been good this year. Not good enough. Crushing it. Verts, Jota, Raphael. Absolutely crushing it. In the league. Oh, shit. We drew Brentford in the FA Cup quarterfinals. Manchester United and Peterborough, Exeter City, Chelsea, Wolves, Arsenal. So it's likely that the final four will be us, United, Chelsea, and then either Wolves or Arsenal. I don't know if I can risk playing the second team against Brentford, but I feel like I have to. Like, they have to be able to prove themselves. They have to be able to prove themselves here. They weren't going to beat City. But they could win this game. Is it worth risking the FA Cup over, though? I don't know. To be honest, it's going to be the first team. We'll play the second team towards the end of the Premier League season if we can. Can we? If this team loses to Brentford, though, I'm going to be very upset. "5-4 in extra time. Wirtz scored with 3 minutes left before penalties." Holy shit, that is the highest scoring game I've seen. Each team blew a lead more than once. Craziness. United move on. We don't know yet about the bottom two matchups, but good chance we could face Manchester United in the FA Cup. Bastoni. Oliver. Wait, did our second team play that game? No, our first team played. I don't know why Bastoni's complaining. A couple of rescheduled matches, an extra 420K. Wrexham at a 7-5. Well, I wasn't saying in like ever. I'm just talking about like in this game so far. That's the highest scoring simulated number I have seen. Whoops. Didn't want to directly hop into this, but that's okay. All right, Walsall. Don't want to manage the U.S., sorry. The first team is good to go. We are 12 points up right now on City. They do have a game at hand. Can we beat Walsall? Got a draw. Nearly lost. We were 4 minutes away from losing. It's not bad, though. Points a point. Who's it going to be in the FA Cup? Or is this probably an international break? They did warn us about that. Just thought it was pertinent. Fair enough. I mean, 7-5 in the fifth tier doesn't hold up as too much of a surprise, though, right? Like, you'd almost expect that. Fucking Wild West, that league. Not going to manage Denmark. We are just about to April 1st. Jimenez and Jankovic want out. There's no way Jimenez is going to be our primary signing this year, now that we know we're not getting four guys. And the old Jankovic, 82-88. We don't need strikers. We don't. Especially only at 57 overall at 18 years old, so we are going to let go of him as well. So both of the guys that just complained about, hey, we want out. Oh, you got out all right. Have fun wherever you end up, or disappearing into the void. It's the way it at least used to work. I don't know if it's still the same way. AJ, I am actually aware of that. It's kind of crazy to see like NHL players that I grew up watching. It's like, yeah, my kid's in the draft now. All right, Colombia. Carvajal's not going to cut it. Unai Mendoza isn't going to cut it. Colombia was a bit of a bust for us. Scotland. Angus Jones went off to Atletico Madrid. Oliver Laird, not going to cut it. Angus K, worth 1.1 million already. We got a great Scottish addition to the academy. Nilsson only worth 200K. Well, a couple of times chat have tried to find the next great Norwegian, and unfortunately, it hasn't happened.